let's go down that path because, and I'm gonna let Troy actually answer this question because you guys went right into a perfect segue to our next question. The commonly used phrase by Gen Xers, y'all started this, is my opinion. By black women, I don't need a man. I'm independent, single by choice. I'm waiting on God. Troy, you started off here. What impact have these phrases had on the black community or the black family?
It's let me just tell you the impact it's had on me. I was a traditional husband. My wife didn't work the first 20 years of our marriage, I'm sorry. She worked up until, we got married. The baby came. We homeschooled the kids, right? But when my son, the one you met, is the baby, he's 26. When he got in the 11th grade, I looked at my wife and I said, look, and I'm very blunt. I have to be blunt because that's how people understand. I said, you have a crazy wild card husband and your kids are out of the house. You need your own identity because I don't know if you want to be here or you have to be here. Because in a relationship, to me, want is higher than need. You need me. You can't upset me. So I need you. We need to start working on what your career is going to be so you can have an identity outside of me and the kids. Because the kids is gone and I don't know what I'm going to do. Right? And so she decided she wanted to be a realtor. So we put her in school and she's, took about 2 or 3 years to really get going with our support, my support. And now she earns more than I do. Right? Because I need to know, because I don't need you. I can cook, I can clean, I can do everything. I got a vasectomy. She ain't no babies coming out of there. Right? We get my wife in her 60s. Right? I married an older woman. She's a boomer. I'm a Gen X. That's a whole nother discussion. But I wanted to be in position to be wanted and not needed. And it changed the dynamic of our relationship. And once my wife got to the point where she was making just much or more money than me, it changed our relationship, took the pressure off of me, and it changed the relationship with our daughters. Because our daughters looked at our marriage and say, I don't want to depend on dad, or I don't want to have to go to my husband and say, hey, can I get $100 out the bank to do this? And my daughters and my wife start taking girls trips and they start doing things because she didn't necessarily need my approval, which I was always fair, but I didn't want someone to be a dependent. I didn't need a wife. I had 3 dependents. They were children. I didn't want my wife to be a dependent. I need her to be an independent thinker. I need to give some gifts sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is for me and it didn't come out of the money I earned. Oh, this is cool. And so I think, no, I don't think women do need a man. But if you say that, you start to believe the words that come out of your mouth. But to me, it's better to be desired. I don't want to be needed. I want to be desired. And that's why I believe we've survived what DeMarcus is about to go through, which is once the kids leave and once the need to work together, like, do you know each other? Because we're back to square one. We're dating again. You know what I'm saying? We had to relearn each other. And that I don't need a man has really put us on a path to a non-committal, right? Not being committed. And so at the same time, I'm saying something different. I'd rather be wanted than needed.
Good stuff. And Troy, thank you for coming, brother. I know you got to dip out. We appreciate you.
Yeah,
man.
as a father, my daughter just texted me, said she needed something. And so even though my daughter's 30, right? And I want to say this since I'm leaving. I am a husband, right? And meaning I'm a father, I'm a husband, and I will always defer to those things. And but it's a lifelong commitment that I've made. It has nothing to do with my wife. It has nothing to do with my children. Because what happens is when it don't feel good, then I wouldn't do it. But this is a commitment that I made. So I'm not looking for the accolades or for a pat on the back from them to do what I promised myself I'll do. Last thing I'll say, Mel, because we talk about a whole bunch of stuff. I people ask me, what about being unfaithful? Do you cheat on your wife? No, I can't cheat on my wife. I only cheat on myself because I'm the one who made the promise. So if I go outside of my marriage, it has nothing to do with her. It was that I cheated myself. And so once I said, okay, Troy, I love you, I love myself, and I made this commitment, I'm gonna hold myself accountable to it. It has nothing to do with her. If I can't control myself, what can I control? So
good stuff. We appreciate